Hi everyone, I'm doing this video with a document camera and I'm going to go over the practice quiz that I posted on Wednesday morning, April 9th. So I'm not sure when you are doing this or having gone through it, but I wanted to take you through some of the problems instead of just posting an answer and talking you through it. So that's why the audio is kind of important. And as I've mentioned more than once, if you need to or want to contact me, we can go through any of these individually too. So this one is just going to be for 6-1, the compositions. Okay, so I'm going to go through numbers 1 and 2 and 4 and talk a little bit about number 3, though I would like you to play around with number 3 a little bit on your own. Okay, so number 1, we're given the two functions. Function f is 2x, function g is x plus 5. And so in the first, what we're doing is the composition of function f with g inserted in that. So it's in a sense f of g. And in the other function, we're going to do g of f and insert f into g. So function f is equal to 2x. We know that from here. That's what function f is. And then what we're doing is that we're inserting function g into this. So wherever the x is here, and in this I'll put it again down here, 2x, we will insert function g into that x. So 2 times x plus 5. So 2x with x being what function g is. And so that's why we have this, and it's a fairly short one, 2x plus 10. Okay, and that would be the answer to that. Here we are reversing that, and we're inserting function f into g. So function g is x plus 5, and function f is 2x, so 2x will go into where this is, so 2x plus 5, and there's no other math we can do there, and that is the answer for that one. Okay, so that one's fairly short. Number 2 is a little bit longer, where f of x is equal to x minus 4, g of x is equal to x squared minus 10. Okay, so for f of g, which is also sometimes written like that. So we're inserting g of x into x. Some people like to see it written that way too. These mean the same thing. Okay, so this is written in that composition form. And so function f is x minus 4, and we're inserting function g into x, so it will be x squared minus 10 minus 4. Okay, here's x, and there's x. X squared minus 10 going into that. So x squared minus 14 once you do the work on that. Okay, so x squared, I'll rewrite that a little better. x squared minus 14. All right, so in the next part, the second part of part 2, which is G composition F, which could also be written as that. So function G is x squared minus 10. So what we are doing is inserting x minus 4 squared into where x is here. And we're squaring it, which is different than our original one. We are squaring it here. So we then have to FOIL. And when we FOIL, we will get all of this for our 4 multiplications of FOIL. And then we still have to do minus 10. Guys and girls, this is an easy place where students will make a mistake by forgetting to add the rest of the function in. And that once you do your simplification, minus 4x, there's only one x squared. So there's x squared. Minus 4x is minus 8x. And then 16 minus 10 is positive 6. And that gives us our solution to that one. Okay, so there are those 2 problems. I'm going to go to the one that we have here, which is Donald and Daffy solving the function, and each of them are doing their own bit of work. And so what I'm going to do though first, and this is what maybe a lot of you would do, and I suggest this, is to solve the function anyway. So f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. And that g of x is x squared plus 8. So we are putting function g into f, and so that function f, I'll write again so that you can see it. There's function f. And so that we have to then insert function g needs to go in right there for x, and we need to square it. And then it becomes minus 8. So here is our entire function f with, in parentheses, where we've inserted function g for x. Now, we need to FOIL this. And it may be a little tricky for you, but it shouldn't be with x squared being squared. You'll get x squared times x squared to get x to the 4th. And then, and I'll show it here, I guess. So it's x squared plus 8 squared, and we have to FOIL it. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times 8 is plus 8x squared. Don't forget the x squared as part of that. Then 8 times x squared. And then 8 times 8 is 64. And then once you combine your like terms in the middle, you will then have that. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that here And that is what we get for this. We still have to take care of this. So distribute. 2 times x squared is plus 2x squared. 2 times 8 is plus 16. And then minus 8. Okay, so what we then have to do is something from middle school or pre-algebra, is collect all your like terms that we have here. And we only have 1x to the 4th. 16x squared plus 2x squared is plus 18x squared. So we've taken care of this one, this one, this one. And now we have 64 plus 16 plus 8. 64 plus 16 is 80. 80 minus 8 is positive 72. And there is our function. And there's a lot of work to that. We didn't in this one have you switch and figure out g of x. So once you get this answer, then head over to what Donald and Daffy did. And this becomes another piece that I want you to take the time of. Don't just look and say, oh, Daffy's answer is the same, so they did it all right. Again, check to make sure that the work matches up with what you did. And all of this is what I did in my work, and I've actually done it again right here when I originally did this out to show you that. But then go back in. What was done here? Okay, so x squared plus 8 squared. That's good. We like that. Plus 2x minus 8. There, the mistake that Donald made was he did not substitute in right there for his, and so that did the foiling right. Really some good foiling. And again, you want to write about this. This is what I think is a good thing. Did the foiling right. We like that. And combined all the like terms right. 64 minus 8 is 56. But the only problem, this was the one mistake, was forgetting to do that substitution. Okay? So, now, for number 3, what I'd like you to do is when you get this function, you're going to insert what can 2 functions be. And again, you might want to start with really easy ones so that and work backwards. What is an expression that when you put 4 into the expression, you get 0? What might be that? And maybe an answer might look like this. X squared minus 4x equals 0. When we put that in, we get 0. So keep working back. If this is our function, I'm going to stop it here and see if you can go back and see if you can then insert, what function would need to go into the others. I've set it up pretty well up here too. So see if you can figure out and go from there on that. I'll make a second video for what's going on the back. Okay, I didn't want to make too heavy of a video right off the bat. Okay, but this covers our pieces on composition, and hopefully this helps you through kind of going through the practice quiz on your part. All right.